Good evening out to everybody. Alan D9J Sports. We're right back at it. We've got a big show lined up for you tonight. We're going to be going around the horn. We're going to be talking about Monica Mcnutt's fiasco. As you see, I've got on the Detroit Lions jersey. We'll get into that. We're also going to be talking about boxing from last night. And, of course, we're going to be talking about Dillon Gabriel. And did the young man really take a shot at his teammate, Shedeur Sanders, and more. So sit back, grab you a drink like I've got, and let's jump right into the show. I love that, man. I love that music right there. So, once again, hey, I definitely want to thank all my subscribers for sticking with me. Hey, and let's jump right into this thing. Let's start off with Dillon Gabriel. Did Dillon Gabriel really take a shot at Shedeur Sanders yesterday during his in-game interview, and how he backed it back and walked back after the game was over with in this post-game interview? So, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm kind of on the fence a little bit about it, about whether the young man really did take a shot at him. It depends on what narrative you're trying to create as far as I'm concerned. If you're a Shedeur Sanders fan, then yeah, of course you're going to think that the young man absolutely did take a shot at Shedeur Sanders. Then there are a lot of people out there that saying, oh, he's a young kid and he was just talking, and he did admit himself that he was nervous during the interview. And some of the things that like in the NFL is different than college. They don't generally interview the players during the game like in the preseason football like they do in the National Football League. So it's Dillon Gabriel, right? Dillon Gabriel is a young, talented young man who got drafted by the Cleveland Browns. But I'm here to tell you, every time it turns around, I want you to think you get a job or whatever, or maybe you've been working on your job for quite a while, and then in comes a new guy, right? Or you may get hired at the same time as a person, but you're doing all of the things that you can, all of the positive attitude that you can have, but then every time you turn around, everything is overshadowed by that other employee. And in this case, I can tell you that's exactly what it is. Shedeur Sanders is a polarizing young man. His whole family is polarizing. So Dillon Gabriel, every time he turns around, no matter what he does, if he does something good, it's still going to be something about Shedeur Sanders. If he does something bad, it's going to be something about Shedeur Sanders. If he says something, then it's going to be misconstrued as he's turning on his teammate. If he doesn't say anything, it's that he's going to be not speaking up for his teammate. So in either way it goes, a young man is definitely in a hell of a position. Now, I will tell you now, some of the comments that I've been seeing and I've been getting is that, he's a young kid. Nope. We're not going to do that, because if they were not getting paid, then okay, we could say that. But these young men have been professional athletes for at least 3 or 4 years. Remember, if you get $1 from playing professional sports, if you're in college, that makes you a what? That makes you a professional. And they ain't been getting a couple of pennies. Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, they've been getting a lot of money from NIL deals. So they've been professionals. I think that the biggest thing is that this young man, no matter what he does, he's in a situation where it's overwhelming for him. Not as far as the football, but all the stuff that goes around him. I don't care how he was at the University of Oregon, but it was not like being around Shedeur. You remember when Oregon played Colorado, and all the talk was going around about them. And you remember the thing Dan Lanning said about substance. I really still don't appreciate that comment. But all those things right there, it's different when you're talking about them. So Dillon Gabriel, did he really take a shot? I would say no. I would say no as far as I'm concerned. I don't think that the kid did. I think that he was just talking, man. And what do you say when you're in a position, whether you say something or not, you're going to be scrutinized. So the Cleveland Browns are really a dysfunctional organization when it comes to the quarterback position. And they're just making it tougher, not only on Dillon Gabriel, but the whole Shedeur Sanders and all of them, Kenny Pickett and all of them, because they're one of those organizations, man, that they can't get it right. Hell, they got it right with Myles Garrett. but and some of the defensive players, but they just can't get it right at the quarterback position. And one thing that nobody's talking about, they're all washing away Deshaun Watson, but the drama in Cleveland is going to continue to go. It's going to continue to go. How many quarterbacks will they go into the season with? I don't know, 4 on the depth chart. It depends on what they're really looking at. But either way it goes, the soap opera out there is going to continue. And it's Dallas who shot JR. If you're old enough, remember that. Who shot JR. And it's going to continue. It's going to continue to go on. So, hey, let's keep this thing rolling. But before we do, I'm going to need you to hit that like and that subscribe button. Please hit the like and subscribe button, man. We got to get the likes up. And I definitely, the subscribers, all of you out there who've been sticking with me, I really, really appreciate it because you don't have to. You know, we're a small show, but just by you sticking in with us here at D9J Sports, we greatly appreciate it. And all the people who see me all around town, the people who don't see me and they send me messages to talk about keep the show going, I promise you that I will. But I'm definitely going to have to need you to hit the like and subscribe button. Let's keep this thing rolling. Well, you see my jersey. You see my jersey right here on my shirt or whatever you want to call it. You see that? So this is a San Francisco 49er jersey. Oh, no, this is a Denver Bronco jersey. No, I'm just kidding. It's a San Francisco 49er jersey with Jerry Rice on it. You already know where I'm going. You can look at this and tell exactly what I'm talking about. This is a Detroit Lions shirt. Monica Mcnutt, a Detroit Lions shirt is not a Dallas Cowboys shirt. Okay? It's not a Dallas Cowboys shirt, and it damn sure isn't a Cleveland Browns Shedeur Sanders shirt. So hey, if you watch my videos or all the videos, you know I already done a video about Monica Mcnutt and how Monica Mcnutt made that what I consider to be just a bonehead mistake. And this one right here cannot in a sense be forgiven and washed away because it just puts another taint on how men, a lot of men, not only just men, there are some women out there who seem to have the same sentiment that I do, that there are too many women that are talking about football. But for her to blatantly, openly not be able to disseminate between Barry Sanders' jersey and Shedeur Sanders, man, that one, I still can't understand that. See, all the brash and the loud behavior, the manly behavior, I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it real. The manly behavior that we see from some of these young women, man, it's out of pocket, man. She do all that talking. Remember that time she checked Stephen A. Smith on his own show? That's how bold and how arrogant some of them are in this modern day society we live in. Once again, for all the ladies who watch the channel, I'm not talking about all ladies. And for those of you who are sensible women, you understand that I'm not talking about all of the women out there. Now, let's just give you an example of what I'm talking about, of what I have a problem with if you're a first-time person tuning in to the show. What I have a problem with, along with what Monica Mcnutt done, is you have all these women that get on these shows, right, and they want to talk about football. And a couple of things that I don't understand. Okay, you want to talk about a quarterback and a quarterback's passing percentage, and he should be able to read the defense more. He didn't read the defense right. I've got a problem with that. I got a problem with it because what female do you know that's been in the National Football League? Zero. That's actually and took snaps from the quarterback position? Zero. With a defense burned down on them? Zero. That really could stand in the pocket and tell you exactly what a cover 2, a cover 1, a cover 3 is. It's all good to be able to sit up and draw it up because anybody can do that. Anybody can do that, but to have substance about it, Dan Lanning, to have substance about it and to know exactly what it's like, oh no, because there is only very few men. Come on now, follow me. There is only a very few handful of men who can tell you what it's like to be in that pocket reading that defense. Because it looks totally different, ladies and gentlemen, when you're out there on the field than what you see in the stands or what you see on TV. Oh, yeah, you can sit in the stands and look at the defense and say, oh, they're in cover 2 or they're in cover 3. But when you're out there on that field and you've got some 275, 80 pounders coming, you got some linebackers that are 6'4", 50 pounds, running 20, 21 miles an hour coming at you, and they ready as soon as the ball snap and come and get you. You don't know anything about that. And before any of you out there seem to say, wait a minute, because you know how people will do. You know how people will do. The first thing they're going to say is, well, you don't either. Well, if you know me, you already know. You already know that I was a player back there in that pocket. One of the best ones you probably never heard of if you're not from around here. So do not jump in the comments and tell me I don't know, because you know I know. If you know me, you know I know. So those are some of the things right there. And for Monica Mcnutt, let's get back to her. Monica Mcnutt, she talks about the WNBA. She talks about the NBA. She talks about everything. They'll even get on TV, some of these women, and talk about baseball and how the big league boys should be hitting the man. Get out of it. It doesn't make any sense. And once again, I'm telling you that I am not in no way saying that no women can talk about sports or talk about football. So do not be naive. Do not think I'm some male chauvinist, because at the end of the day, I don't really give a damn, because this is my show. I'm just keeping it real. I'm going to tell you the things that these bigger shows won't tell you, because they scared, I guess, to lose numbers or whatever. Well, hell, I don't have that many numbers anyway. You dig what I'm saying? But I'm going to keep it real with you on this show, and that's what it's about. Too many women talking about sport. You tell me this. You got Ray Lewis. I'm just going to use Ray. Ray Lewis, Jerry Rice, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. And then there's some lady up there telling you, giving her a spiel. Come on, man. I want you to stop for a second, and I want you to do something for me. Do something for me. I want you tomorrow. I want you to tune in. Even if you're at work, when you get your break, and you can get on, I want you to jump on YouTube, and I want you to go over the first take of one of these shows. And then, because you know they're going to be talking about that pigskin. They're going to be talking about football. And I want you to sit up and see how many of these women break down some of these quarterbacks and their play. Would you do that for me? You know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's keep this thing rolling. So before we do Monica Mcnutt, you're going to have to do better. Because they clamoring for Monica's job right now. I don't think the young lady should be fired, but she needs to. She's going to have to get back in the gym. You have to get back in the lab, as I say. And the first thing you need to clean up in the lab isn't how you cross somebody over, isn't how you shoot a jump shot or post somebody up. It's definitely when you get in the lab, you need to clean up when somebody comes out in a damn jersey. Especially when you're talking about one of the National Football League greats. He can arguably be one of the greatest running back of all times. And when he's in a damn Detroit line, somebody comes out in a Detroit Lions jersey, don't you ever think it's Cleveland. Don't you never think Barry Sanders had anything to do with the NF Cleveland Browns. Now, before we keep it rolling, for those of you who are wondering what's in the cup, you see this is what it like. Can you see that? Can they see that? Oh, yeah, that's a Houston Texans cup. Now, I'm a Texans fan, but I didn't buy the cup. Somebody gave it to me. But if you want to know what's in the cup, no, it's not an alcoholic beverage. What it is I got a taste of ginger. I got about 5 strawberries, banana, some cucumber, and a whole hell of a lot of watermelon, and about 10 cubes of ice in it, and it's blended up. And it is a hell of a drink. It's a hell of a drink. Had a hell of a workout today. Done a great boxing workout. Thinking about getting back in the ring for some more masters boxing. Thought I'd had enough, but nope. Haven't had enough. Going to make a decision. Got a bum shoulder. So that's what's in the cup. That's what's in the cup. That's exactly what's in the cup. So let's keep this thing rolling. Let's keep it rolling. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the time is winding down. It's winding down. And it won't be long. It will not be long before boxing and Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez step off into the ring. Well, I've made my predictions, and everybody has a prediction. And let's just say half the people are right, half of them are wrong. And what I mean by that, if you a Canelo Alvarez fan, you think he's gonna win, well then you 50-50. And if you're a Crawford fan, it's 50-50. I'm telling you, I can't wait for it because I know somebody is finna get their butt. Somebody finna get beat up. This is not gonna be one of them fights where they running around or Canelo gotta chase turns. No. Somebody finna get jumped on, man. Somebody finna get jumped on, and I mean, I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. Boxing last night was great. It was great. You saw Dillon White. Dillon White got knocked out. He got knocked out last night. He got knocked out, and I'm telling you, the young man that he fought, I can't think of his name. You know, I done a video on. The dude is bad. What's the dude? Hold on. He got knocked. He got the brakes beat off of him. Dillon White got the brakes beat off of him in the first damn round. In the first round, he got knocked out. Yeah, he got knocked out. And the young man that he was fighting, man, you know, the very first thing I saw, yeah, that's it. Moses, I couldn't say his name right on the video. So if you watch that video I done today, you know, if you see it that I maybe pronounce his wrong right, Moses Atuma. I done a video. Now I know that there have been a lot of videos, and you've got people talking about like he's the next Mike Tyson. But for me, the first thing I thought when I started watching him was, man, he reminded me, maybe it's the hairstyle, but he reminded me of like Muhammad Ali. Now I know he's southpaw, and for all you people out there, man, you know how people go jump up and get crazy. But I'm telling you, dude, the dude reminded me of Muhammad. I even put a picture up of a young Muhammad Ali, and that dude, maybe it's the hairstyle, maybe it's the hairstyle, maybe because they're both light skinned. But when it comes to boxing, man, now I know Dillon White's an old dude, but man, I'm telling you right now, Moses Atamu, we haven't seen a heavyweight with them kind of hands and that kind of speed. And he's not, most of the time you see heavyweights, man, there are one or two things, right? Either they're like overly big, or even if they get in shape, they're not cut up or whatever, or they're big, but you know they got some power. No. This dude right here, man, like 6'4", 230, and he a young dude. I'm telling you, man, he was putting them hands on him, and he got that left hook, and that left hook that he has is definitely dangerous, man. And he's a hell of a fighter. So we're gonna see. I'm sure that his camp is gonna take their time to make sure that they let him go up the ranks. But what I would like to see, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to see, now by no means now am I telling you now, because before I say this, don't trip out. By no means am I telling you that he's no damn Alexander Usyk yet. But from what I see, man, if within the next year or so, if Usyk can stay up on top, in which I'm looking for Usyk to stay on top, and this young man, it may not take a year and a half. If this young man can get him about 3 or 4 more fights, man, it'll make for a hell of a, because both of them from overseas, it'll make for a hell of a fight. And then I'm telling you, it would be one of those things where Usyk would have to deal with somebody who's about his size, because Usyk is about 6'4", 230, and Usyk likes to come forward. And this dude has some hands. See, when you're fighting somebody, or hell, in any sports, okay, let me give you an example. Do you think that the hardest hit for a football player will come if you say, I don't know, a damn running back, and you're not getting caught off guard against a linebacker? No. It's going to be somebody damn comparable to your size. And that's what I'm trying. And if you play sports, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, if you play basketball or volleyball, it's not that overly big person it's that person that's in your same range, the same range as you, that gives you the most trouble. Think about it. No matter who you are, I want you to think about that right now. The person that gave you the most trouble in sports was Michael Jordan. Who gave him the most trouble? Joe damn Dumas. Joe damn Dumas. And MJ will tell you, Joe Dumas was 6'4". 6'4", man. It's those type of guys. So I would like to see that, man. That's what I mean. I would like to see it because it make for a hell of a fight. But back to Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. Man, all this talk is damn near over. Now everybody talking about Canelo on steroids or Terrence Crawford on steroids. Man, to tell you the truth, I don't really give a damn. Do you? Feel me. Feel me out there. Do you feel the same way that I feel? I don't really care what they own. I just want to see them get into the ring and get it on. See, now because we're into this thing where now boxing, man, them Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford, thank you. Thank you. And the reason I'm saying thank you is because, see, now everybody wanting to fight now. See, everybody wanting to fight. See, Floyd beat him up and took the money. Okay, but now, see, all these dudes right now, after this, ain't no excuse. And from the looks of it, they don't want. You even got guys like Andre SOG Ward calling out. He calling out big boy. What's his name? Anthony Joshua. They want to fight. You got Lamont Roach now that Tank and were in jail, out of jail, and got out. They think got cancer. Now Lamont Roach. Now he calling out Shakur Stevenson. Man, come on, man. Come on, man. You've got a lot of them. You've got what's his name? Oh God, that's called out Shedeur. You have to watch the videos. So many great fights that are on the horizon, man. And hell, you even got Roy wanting to fight Floyd, which I think is a joke. But anyway, so this fight right here is turning the tables, man. It's making everybody want to get into the ring and get it on. And that's what we want to see. Will they get into the ring and get it on after this fight? We're going to break this thing down as it goes about the fight. I've already done a hell of a lot of videos like everybody else, and that's just what it is, man. A hell of a lot of things that are going on. And definitely in boxing. It's one hell of a weekend. And in a sense, if you think that it's a lull, what kind it is, but over the next week or so, it's going to ramp up. It's going to ramp up. So now let's keep this thing rolling. Once again, I'm going to need you to hit the like, and I'm going to need you to hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like and subscribe button as we go into our last couple of topics right here. Well, high school football in the 409 is back. High school football all over the country is definitely back on the rise. And I'm here to tell you right now, I went to Jasper Friday night in their scrimmage against Diboll. And I know I've got some couple of people that were sending me stuff. I see Comanil, the Comanil Bulldogs got their thing done. And as I told you when this video first started, I got an early start in the morning. I'm going to be over in Woodville checking out the Woodville Eagles as they went to state last year, made it to the state championship. And now they're going to be trying to repeat. They got to the state championship, but they got blanked by Gunter. And there were so many high school games and scrimmages that went on. Everybody has promise at the beginning of the season. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be going over to Woodville and checking Babin out and his guys and see where they're going to be. And we're going to continue to make the rounds. We'll be headed over to Newton. And we'll be headed all to the teams in the 4-9. But the Jasper Bulldogs is probably going to be a long season for the Bulldogs. We've got some smaller players. And Coach Crummett he's going to have to do a hell of a job coaching this season. He's going to have to do a hell of a job coaching. But that's a different video right there that we're going to be talking about. All right. So once again, this is Alan with D9J Sportsman. Hey, it's been great. It's been a great week. And once again, I know I continue to tell all of you this, but I definitely appreciate you sticking with me because you don't have to. You do not have to. One day we're going to look back and we're going to think, man, about how the show first started off, man. I was on a cell phone and I was afraid to do it, man. And then now I can't get away from it. I love it, and I hope you do love it. There are so many things out there in sports that we have to look forward to. we have to look forward to. And starting tonight, if you want to tune in and check out the show tonight, we're going to be doing an extensive breakdown of the Jackson Bulldogs. But also, we've got a special show. I don't know which one I'm going to do first, about the people who carry the kids around. The people who carry the kids around need to be recognized. But hey, check this out. Monica Mcnutt. Damn, you got to do better. Dillon White. Man, you can't fight no youngster like that no more, man. Moses Atumbo like the new Muhammad Ali. And Dillon Gabriel. Damn, dog. Just won't stop in Cleveland. This is Alan with D9J Sports. Until the next time, I'm definitely OUT.